What? This episode they keep spitting, I don't know why.
Sorry.
陳俊文，你講，你係選你還是選我？
你咪肥喎！
我教你最近安尼久了，這10年來我對你安尼忠心，這陣我叫你選，我你排選咩？
好，我選。
好喜歡你，像春天的花朵盛開在夏夜裡。
大家好。
Yeah, and we have Yiting joining us for an episode of Get Fair. So before we start, right, 我要知道你的 taste profile 是怎樣。
我的 taste profile 啊，真的是看 mood 的。Every family episode in Hokkien Mandarin。
隨便你。
We can speak Hokkien，唔會曉講呢講。
別派。
Actually I will speak English。
講再多。OK。所以你喜歡吃什麼種食物？
什麼種啊？講真的，我是一個很喜歡 unhealthy food 的人。但你不用擔心，我不會像 Tommy 這樣子帶你們去吃什麼 lobster，我不騙你們錢。
對。
我是很local、很 hawker style 的。
對。個啊 ，Tommy
哎，他講的。
用 Ryan 的錢買 lobster。
This dish mainly for the lobster 雞種飯 right？
我們去吃霸炒米。
哎
OK 啦 ，I hope your recommendation not as bad as his acting 啦啊。
I think it was not bad 啊。
你看。
不錯啦，不錯。
Okay, for the first location, we are at 花記 minced meat fishball noodle.
花記霸炒。
哦，真的啊，真的是。
應該是啦，我阿媽教我講嘅啦。
It sounds like scolding people.
哪裡有
Actually, Singaporean Hokkien is always like scold people.
亂來。
I think Hokkien is a little bit 啦粗魯的 language.
No,
沒有
Singaporean
你要聽。咱是新加坡公民，世關不分種族，嚴固宗教，團結一致。
I'm sorry, it sounds very
I have no idea what
What do
you
you
say.
say? What do you
The
say?
pledge 啊，Singapore pledge。
Oh, so what we're having is this bak chor mee, but it's in the mee tai mak form. Maybe you can let us know like how you found this place.
I think I've been eating here since I was in primary school because I grew up in this area, Hougang, Kovan area.
Okay.
So my grandparents you also like to visit this store. But the thing is, right, I think the mee tai mak is the best because for me, I just hate yellow noodles.
Oh, you don't like the alkaline taste lah.
Correct. It just tastes like a whole chemistry experiment that went wrong.
对。So in this bowl of bak chor mee, right, we got fish cake, we got mushroom, fish ball, and the bak chor. And what I hate most, liver.
我也是不太喜歡豬肝。
You like to eat 豬肝？
你喜歡啊？那我們全部給他。Can you smell the vinegar？
有那個醋，我很喜歡。
那個醋的味道很重。Vinegar in this dish with the chili oil and the pork lard。哇，上天啊
So must give it a good mix lah.
Yeah. The thing about 老鼠粉, right? Not a lot of youngsters know the existence of 老鼠粉. Okay, let's give this a try. I'm gonna try the 面 first lah, the so-called 面 first.
Must put the 香菇。
哦，
它的 Hugo 真的是 braised 到，哇，很香。
Your Hokkien really at the back of your head. I like the texture of the mee tai mak because it's very smooth. So if you haven't eaten mee tai mak, right, in English they call it rat's tail. What I like is the texture. It resembles a little bit like udon, the bitiness, but it's very smooth to eat.
And it soaks up the sauce and the chili oil very well.
Alright. I think this one very 重口味 bak chor mee. Bak chor mee to me is a supper food. At night when you eat this and it's very oily, very alkaline. It's just not a very enjoyable experience.
I used to eat this like once every week because I would come here once every week last time.
So this bowl of 老鼠粉 is more nostalgic for 你啦。
I can see how people can grow up eating this lah. That's for sure lah.
But were you guys good with chili when you were younger?
No.
Because I think 我小时候我是吃那个韭菜 like the tomato sauce.
I eat
And then
like that.
growing up, you will change to chili.
Okay, until now I still eat the ketchup one. Since you tell me that your amma like this, this place has been around for 46 years.
Huh?
46 years eh.
That's almost same age as you.
Hey, it's quite far. Okay, it's not.
This plus this equals to this.
It's not. And because it has been around for 46 years and still alive, means they are actually
Still
going.
alive.
No, I mean the shop.
Passed
I mean the shop.
This shop is second gen one.
Oh, second gen.
Second gen one.
down. But to be honest, Kovan Hawker Center, there's so many other good options here. It's just that I will always order this because
Comfort food lah.
comfort food
lah. Okay, but to be honest, right, will you recommend somebody that stay, let's say, at Jurong to come here to eat? This one? Really? Well,
Just one time I brought my friend, right, who is usually a Jalan Tua Kong Bak Chao Mee eater. After he came here, he also say, wow, this one solid.
I feel if I'm in the area, sure. For your friend Jurong, a bit 夸张.
Yeah.
A bit too 夸张.
But okay, given that she grew up around this area, it makes sense. I know there's this biasness, right? If we grew up eating a certain type of food, right, we will naturally favor them.
Correct.
We will like them a lot. Even if we move out of the area, we will come back and eat. But then very hard to ask people to come back and eat.
Because they don't understand.
Yeah, they don't understand
they don't
the
understand.
mentality. Before we end this location, right, I want to ask Yiting a question.
Scary, is that hell?
Okay, on behalf of all the men out there, what type of guys do you like?
Men and boys.
Wow, I tell you, my criteria, right, very, very specific one. The hair, right, must be shoulder length. You know the F4 kind? The
你是那个年代的，你要道明寺啊。
啊，对，道明寺。
Okay.
Yeah, like 道明寺仔仔那种长头发 right， 不太爱讲话的。
Why you like describing?
Not describe.
Not me,
Totally opposite 是 the hair so short.
I gave this description to my ex-colleague, and then my ex-colleague was like, 你去那个旺角板桥小廊街应该找得到很多这样子不讲话，然后头发长长。I think very importantly, right, he must be competent, and he needs to be very
有 drive 啊。
keen on growing himself as a person, you know, be it career-wise, personality-wise. 最好是 I think 搞笑很重要。
哦
Must be quite a funny guy. You can be quiet, and then the
Yeah.
things you say, it's like, whoa.
Quiet and then funny. Wow.
Very hard 嘞。
Very
It's like
difficult.
cannot find 啊。
OK，高矮不没有关系啦
不。用紧，因为我很矮，所以都可以。
So band 的 height 可以吗？Band 161。
不可以。
Okay, and then we are off to the second location.
And for our next location, we are at 天外天鱼头炉。
哎，天外天Hokkien 怎么讲
T，哇靠 T。
？OK
Only know 我们天。
OK。
Okay, so what we're having is their traditional Teochew style fish head steamboat. Then we are also having Ha Cheong Kai. Because she like fried food ma, of course must buy the Ha Cheong
Yeah,
Kai.
this hachong kai is different. What is different about it? 我也是不知道，我就吃很少吃的人。 Yeah.
But okay, this 鱼头炉actually is very famous in Singapore. They have been around for 40 years and they got 5 outlets everywhere in Singapore. Admittedly, this one is really up there for me.
Really,
It's my top 3 one. The only bad thing about this place is it's very hard to find a space for it.
Yes,
It's usually damn crowded.
Correct. So usually I go to the outlet at Kovan, right? But they will need to open up tables all the way to the outside.
Correct.
Because it's just that popular.
Yeah, they don't take reservation. If I'm not wrong.
没有嘞
So
呀
exclusive 的。
Growing up in this area, my family always come here.
So apparently they fry the fish first before they throw it inside to get it 爆香啦. And they use charcoal. And as you can tell, their contraption is very traditional lah. Yeah.
You know this soup right, they boil right, got no fish bone on it. They got some secret ingredient. And I heard they use like salted plum.
它的汤很搞. It's not like those places where right, only at the end then the soup becomes very 搞.
Correct.
But it's from the beginning 它已经是熬得很浓了.
Wow.
Wow,
Sure 啊?
shiok.
Wow,
Some
真的是
flavor bomb
I'm very surprised that they didn't achieve this with fish bone. If they use fish bone, right, it will be a bit creamy, a bit milky. But this is very clear. But then the flavor is very intense.
It's the kind you put into your rice, right? 你的饭可以吃4碗那种.
correct.
很好下饭啦。
Yeah.
Wow, this dragon one not bad.
Not bad. What really hit me first, right, is actually the 咸水梅. Really, I can really taste the salt.
How hard did it hit you? Like we never had your mother defrost the.
Wow.
You're not Singlish.
Why you speak at people? Why you speak at our guests? Okay, next up, let's try the fish. Okay, this is what they are known for, right? Their fish, right? So 怎么吃呢？
放进嘴巴吃.
Okay, we eat without chili first.
Wow, I love how it's fried.
Yeah. It tastes like 炸鱼片米粉.
But 鱼片米粉, I don't. Whenever I eat those fish, right, I feel I'm just eating better.
So apparently this dish, right, they also serve it with some condiments. Okay, we got a standard soy sauce with chili padi, but we also got this special blended fish sauce, garlic, chili.
What?
It's a
This episode they keep spitting. I don't know why.
sorry.
Actually, I think a lot of Chinese households, right, when you all eat steamboat, they will also do this kind of
对，他们自己辣
chili
椒
on the
啦。
side，就是要有放醋、放 chili padi。
This one I feel very traditional, very original. 怎么？你
太好吃了。
speak 出来，我们这里 OK to speak 出来。
你可以 speak 出来。
Just speak 出来。But what really stands out is this chili. It's not very spicy, but the
And it's sweet. Slightly
exactly, I think it's because of the white vinegar.
Okay, come, let's try the yam now.
When you all eat 鱼头炉，你们真的有吃那个盐的？
没有
Wait, you all don't eat the yam in 鱼头炉?
I take it as a flavor enhancer. I won't eat it like that. Because now I eat it like that, right? It tastes like oni.
You all know what is yam in Hokkien?
Oni. 不是你。
你错了，你。
What? What's your best guess?
你要讲什么？
哦。
哦。
It's correct.
啊，really 啊？
不会 help 講嘅你講。
Let's try the
Chong Gai.
Ha Chong Gai. Wow, this Ha Chong Gai looks very special.
After having so many Ha Chong Gai and even those like the modern Ha Chong Gai revamp, y'all know, if you know, you know, this is still better.
This is the best Ha Chong Gai I ever eaten. I see his face. I see his face. The crust is something different. It's not just crispy. I think all Ha Chong Gai is crispy. It's this flakiness of it.
It resembles
Correct.
a bit like the yam basket, that kind of flakiness. You all must try with the chili.
And somehow they are able to lock all the moisture and juices in the chicken.
It's not dry, it's juicy.
You said there were 5 outlets.
Yeah, there were 5. Latest one is at Pasir Panjang. The one got aircon one. Because I think eating Yitolu, right, sure set one, common set one. Of the fish head steamboat and the Ha Chong Gai, if there's only one thing you can order when you come back here again, which one will it be?
I will go for the Ha Chong Gai. The Ha Chong Gai really value for money,
Okay.
and it tastes so good.
Ha Chong Gai or the chili?
They are made for each other.
They are made for each other.
Like how
Right,
you
right,
and I are made for each other.
Okay, goodbye. I will pick the Yitolu.
If I come back here again, the Ha Chong Gai is a must order.
Can we order more?
那这样你讲多米花塔你要花塔
刚才讲我去吃花臭米，现在有这个鱼头卤有哈中跟。
我们去 next location 花塔的先。
Okay.
So for the third location, we have come to this beautiful place along Upper Serangoon Road called THAT Hokkien Hainanese Curry Rice.
哇，好长的名哦。
好，很长哦。
所以我们吃什么？
Hainanese Curry
我们是
Rice.
咖喱粉，but their style is more light.
Anyway, 我们虽然是在这边吃 but we got it take away because me and Ryan we both agree that curry rice 是要焗住才好吃的。
Correct.
Lock in the juices. But before we eat, I got a question for Yiting. This one is my personal question. As you all know, she's known as the Hokkien girl. But do you expect when you first start your very first video, wow, this girl really can speak Hokkien, or like do you
你们有
expect to
差吗？
be?
我有故事。
可以，来
Come, backstory.
So insiders news. The reason why I posted my very first Hokkien video on TikTok, right? It was because back then in 2021, I broke up with my ex. And then I just decided to delete social media. So I was like, okay lah, I will just go on Zen mode. But then there's this new app in my phone called TikTok. And then afterwards I was like, okay lah. And then I just post my usual IG story, which is like a video of me interacting with my grandmother in Hokkien onto TikTok. I just added some subtitles because I know nobody will understand Hokkien mah. And then I just became famous overnight. 真的是 like 一夜 within one night everything changed.
So the breakup help you lah. Too happy That was
Yeah,
too
too
happy.
happy.
Too happy about it. So now back to the food. You can see that the curry is not a very thick type. Not like the 剪刀剪高one. Okay.
So we have collated, and then we have tau gua.
Pork cutlet. We also got curry chicken on the side. Yeah.
It's a curry rice place. Like people would still order this curry chicken,
Yeah.
and some of them would layer it on top of their curry rice.
And this is how you eat it lah. How you like it lah. Right.
是的。
You also 在这里是每次打包的啦。
Yes. Because the queue is always very, very long. In fact, now the beginner crowd is really coming in since I think 6 p.m. There's another thing here that I always order. It's their 猪肉粥. And it's within the shop and it's just 一个小小的档口.
Right.
So this 猪肉粥, I must ask the uncle to 打一粒鸡蛋在里面.
Okay. I came here before to eat for supper because they close quite late, like 2:30 a.m. like that. But what I really like to eat here, right, is the dessert.
There's dessert in
Yes.
curry pang shop.
good. It's good.
There's porridge, there's curry pang, and there's dessert in this
What the
place.
heck?
So
Yeah.
the curry pang to me, right, if you like the very 剪刀剪 style, right, you might not like this. But for me, I like because I like 清淡一点的.
But I can understand why a lot of people like it. When I first take the first bite, right, it brought me back to like my clubbing days.
So like nostalgic.
Yeah, a bit
里面有
nostalgic.
vodka 吗？有 whisky
No,
吗？
because
奇怪。
你喝酒，then 你去 clubbing，你肚子饿吗
因为
No,
你
then-
吃这种。
？Then what is the nearest to Jiakim that side? Is the 剪刀剪 curry kind of curry
Oh
pang.
my god.
And I can understand why people come down to eat at 1
Yeah.
1 to 2.
You must eat at midnight one.
Yes,
Then
yes,
the
yes.
flavor is.
Yeah, correct,
You're not
correct.
younger than me.
Do I look younger than you?
I thought you were younger than me.
你 guess.
I thought you told me you're 20 just now.
20 ah.
This is not here.
I can act and I look young, guys.
Wow. I think this is something that I will eat. Very simple supper is great. Yeah.
Hey, come try the curry
Yeah.
chicken.
Today I discovered a new soul to curry pang, the tau gua.
Wow.
Have you tried the tau gua? The tau
You
gua
know
is
why?
actually very nice.
Because the tau gua, right, they will braise it in this, I don't know what kind of sauce is it. When the sauce seeps into the rice, right, wow.
Usually tau gua quite plain one, 没有什么味道. They cook it in some sort of sauce, right? That is very flavorful. In terms of curry pang, I think this is a safe choice, but it wouldn't be something that I will recommend. Let's say an overseas friend, right? For the first time they eat curry pang.
Nick, why we bring them to actually?
剪刀剪 is a more mind-blowing experience for a new person to
Confirm.
eat. But I do have to say, the last few times I come here eat, I eat it right here. Versus now I eat 打包 nicer. This time I must eat 打包.
I tell you, I saw it
Well,
again.
I saw it also.
Every single-
I saw it. 3 places, right, my rice keep coming out of my mouth.
Disgusting, chef.
So of the 3 places that we've been to today, the first one is the Ba Chor Mee, the second place is the Yiting Lu and the Ha Cheong Gai, and then the third place is the Kai Peng. Which is your ultimate favorite?
The very, very obvious one
I
is
feel like we all have the same answer.
the Yiting Lu place. The Ha Cheong Gai.
Okay, the Ha Cheong Gai.
And the chili.
After like not having all these dishes in a long time, right? When I first had a spoon of that soup, right? 真的觉得我回到家的感觉。I still feel like 就是那个鱼头卤 and the Ha Cheong Gai.
Okay. I also don't want to be boring. but answer is also the but for the Ha Cheong Gai.
The Ha Cheong
I
Gai.
think the Ha Cheong Gai is really quite out of this way. But it's true also because just now you also got mentioned, right? Nowadays Ha Cheong Gai the 虾味很重.
Better more than the meat.
Correct. And then the chicken inside also like a bit 干one. But this one they did both right.
Oh, we have the best Ha Cheong Gai of Get Fat so far.
Yeah, you made it. So like with all our guests, right? We'll give you 30 seconds. You can say whatever you want.
So I recently just released a new Hokkien single together with my co-singer Chie. As with this whole episode is so nostalgic, right? This song is also very nostalgic, and the title is called 爱到你 Love for You. It's out on Spotify, on Apple Music, YouTube Music 都有，哪里都有。So please go and listen. Yay! And follow me, yes.
Okay, with that, remember to follow all our socials, follow her on her socials. Click here for more Play the Huan and come to the bloopers.
他又 spit 了。
And did I do that again?
Yes, 我眼睛很小 I don't know why.
Guys, this is not the norm.
No, it's normal.
It's not a norm. It's not a norm.
It's normal. Some of the rice here is not even from mine. It's from them.
从这边过来。